Hello? 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 Oh no. Oh, good. Hi, yeah. How's it going? What you guys up to? What's happening? What did you do without me? Hi. It's so late. Late stream time. Because book club. Wow, book club. Who's excited for books? Who's excited for book club? I'm trying to figure out how to adjust my desk, and it's not working well. Hi. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and see. Sid Pal went to bed. But hi, Sid Pal. Welcome in. Or, I don't know. One of those things that happened. Milu is here. Hi, Milu. Thank you for your blessings. And Bowsy was here. Thank you for your blessings. Thanks for coming in real quick. Dirt's here. Hi, Dirt. I love you. Oh, thank you for your blessings. I think you gave blessings. I got lost in the sauce here a little bit. And Cranberry's here and gave blessings. And Bob's here and gave blessings. And then is also eating taco salad. Planning your dinner. Yeah, I sat here and stared off into the void for a very long time. Like, what do I want to eat? It was really funny. Because it's very hot here. And so I don't want to do anything that's going to make our kitchen hot. Saf, lie down. The dogs just got their dinner. So they're now excited. I did give blessings. Okay, good. It's a sacred day, so blessings are important. And I'm just like, oh, we have sandwiches. I got stuff to make sandwiches, but I really don't want a sandwich. Mostly because, like, I'm picky about sandwiches. You can't just hand me bread, cheese, and meat and expect me to be happy. Like, a vegetable needs to be involved. A condiment has to happen. I need something else going on here. And, like, if it's on really good bread, too, that would also make me really happy. And also, we had something sandwich adjacent for lunch. I really don't want another one, but I would eat one if I had to. But that's the only thing I could think of that we had that wouldn't heat up the kitchen. Anyway, I didn't come up with anything. And it is... now it's stream time, so whatever. Oh, I miss your fancy rich people sandwiches. The fact that I put slices of cucumbers on my sandwich does not make it a rich person sandwich.
Stop it!
And the only reason it's slices of cucumber is because we don't buy lettuce because it always goes bad before I can eat it all. Cucumber is cheap. Okay. YouTube, what are you doing? Can we play more than 5 seconds of a song, please? No. Tell them about the I don't use truffle oil. I mean, I kind of enjoy truffle oil every once in a while on certain applications, but I've never bought truffle oil. Who do you think I am? I can't afford truffle oil. I got the PB&J sandwich. I would eat a PB&J, but Remy won't let me eat a PB&J for a meal. He's like, that's not a meal, that's a snack. We quested for it, Mom and I. Just because I mean, I don't actually know about this one, actually. I love cucumbers on my sandwiches, yes. Oh, while I was in college, yeah. Well, we did use it. To be fair, while I was in college, I was in culinary school. So we did stuff like that. I asked what we were going to do. I'm going to the Czech Republic tomorrow. Oh, nice. That's cool. What are you going to do there? I wish I knew some, like, delicious Czech food, but nothing is coming up for me to be like, oh, you should try this. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head. There's like good stuff though. I do know that there's good Czech food, but I can't think of anything. Hiking, mountains, and then other lovely stuff. That's nice. Ooh, I bought my train tickets for Germany. I don't remember if I told you guys. I probably did, but I'm just excited about it. I bought them. The money is out of my account now. So that is happening. It's gonna be in less than 3 weeks. I can tell you that. I don't want to give you guys the exact date. I don't think anybody's gonna be weird, but just on the off chance that I have a stalker that I don't know about, I'd rather not say on a public place, like, this is the dates and times in which I will be traveling. Just, you know, just in case. You never know. But you'll figure it out. I'll just be in France one day, and then another day I will be in Germany. You'll be able to tell by the sounds of the man in the background.
Go fuck yourself.
See, that would be different. They'll have a whole entire different accent. That's valid. I just remember Mom having anxiety fits over this damn expensive mushroom oil and then finding it costs more than her mortgage. It was hilarious. She went off. Oh. To be clear, I don't think I ever asked for truffle oil. I think I might have just said, oh, we used truffle oil in one of my classes, and it was actually kind of good. I had truffles like once in college, and I thought that it was kind of tasty, but like not worth the money.
It's really not.
I'll know when you'll be in Germany since you'll play games your laptop can't handle. Exactly. That will also be a key giveaway. That will be a very key giveaway. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna like set things up for streaming, but we'll do streaming. Like Minecraft. Oh, this is not a joke because it's not a joke.
Do you want to go with it?
We'll see what we do though, because I don't know exactly what my plan's gonna be, but we'll figure it out. Callie attempts to mine, laptop explodes. I can play a lot of games on my laptop as long as I don't stream them. Because streaming takes a whole lot of processing power and internet. Ooh, he gave us lots of lollipops. I have a Lando Norris Monster Energy Zero Sugar in my hand. I really like it. How can my 2021 laptop handle it? But my laptop is probably from 2021 too, to be honest. That sounds about right. 2021, maybe 2022. Did I have this when my mom died? That's a good way of figuring things out. I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it in 2021 then.
Yeah, because I got mine 2023 and you had yours for longer than a year by then.
Thank you for all of this medication. Ooh, can I get a glass of water?
Maybe. Sure.
Alright. Today though, guys, as soon as I can get my brain, like, working. And also, I'm gonna text Glitch and be like, are you coming? Because they're at the away, but they might, I don't know if I'm waiting for them to get home. Hey, you gonna be there for book club? I am live and messaging you and saying all the things I'm typing. Chat says hi. Oh god, I thought you were still using her old laptop. No. I got one. Oh, hey, look, it worked. Look, it worked. Thank you for your blessings.
The summoning has been
The
complete.
summoning. Thank you. Hold on, I got this. I replied to your DM. I know I saw. Jinx will be here shortly. Okay, cool. Then I'll just keep on saying things. Who read the book? Who read the book? Who finished the book? I'll say that. If you read the book and finished the book, who are you among us? I did. But I read all of the books. Oh god. Nobody's saying anything and I'm scared. Who? I was almost done with it, but I had to sleep and then I forgot. Okay, fair. I read but did not finish. Okay. I know that Fraxie finished it, has read and finished it, and I know that Jinx also has read and finished it. So we're off to about you were like 2 hours off. That's not too bad. Sorry, I'm doing important stuff like a psychologist. No, that's fine. That's fine. Again, I always tell you, that's why we're doing the film adaptations too. And I think that this one was a really good film adaptation. There's not too much that was different. There's different stuff, but it wasn't too different. I did watch the movie with my partner, though. There we go. As my next question, who watched the movie? Because I know most of you were at movie night. But yeah, I think that, I used pictures when we do I do a little synopsis too that I have written and I'm ready to tell you. But almost I gotta open it up on my book. I said on my book, on my phone. I need to open it up on my phone because it's easier to read it off from my phone than use my computer. You just noticed the name of this stream? Yeah. I had fun. What is Project Hail Mary? There's my notes. What is my blood sugar like? 103. Anyway, salad has been devoured. I'm gonna go enjoy your book club. Love you. Love you too. Thanks for stopping in. Why did my fast charging die? Who's to say? I hope you get your phone issues figured out before tomorrow and have a full battery. I got myself a battery bank because I haven't had a battery. I haven't gone anywhere since 2021. And so my battery bank was really shitty to begin with, and I had like 3 of them. They're very cheap though, so I got a couple. And so I was like, I kind of want to get like a good one that is gonna be better than what I've had in the past. So I did get one. And just because I'm gonna be on trains for like 10 hours. Okay, it's not 10 hours, it's like 9 hours. I just rounded up. And I'm gonna download an audio book and a other book, and I'm gonna get some. I have YouTube Premium, so I can download YouTube videos. I'm gonna have plenty of things to do while I'm on these trains. I'm so excited. I've never been on trains before though. I bought real cheap hiking shoes since I didn't think my old ones from years ago had it in them anymore. Well, hopefully these new ones are good. It's done. Can I see it now? Are you gonna make me cry on stream? You might. I'm in Bip's stream earlier, and Cranberry's talking about making a drawing of me. Or making an art of me, maybe not a drawing, I don't know exactly. And I'm like, I saw nothing, but also keep a secret. And I was like, I saw nothing. I wasn't here the whole time. I was just being really quiet. You want it in DMs or in the art channel? Whichever you are more comfortable with. I don't mind either. Just tell me where to look. But I was just like, I'll just be cool. I'll just be chill. It's fine. And then like it kept on going, and then she showed Bip some of it, and I was like, okay, this is actually kind of cruel now. Actually, I'm just good. All right. If you did show it to Fraxy earlier, he was real cool about it and didn't react at all. He's pretty good at the whole, stone face thing. Alright, I'm gonna go look over there. Hold on, I have food now too, so I'm kind of gonna chomp a little bit on it. Get your face out of here. Get your silly doggy fluffy face out of here. Okay, I'm looking. I'm still kind of waiting on Jinx though, before we completely get started. Okay, I'm ready, I'm looking, I'm going to the thing, I'm trying not to burp right now because I have a feeling, okay. Okay. And clicking. Oh my god. The fox! It's so good! It's so good! I love it so much! Why are you so good at everything you do, Cranberry? Ah! Shout out Cranberry. Actually, some of you might not be following Cranberry. There's a chance. There's some of you aren't. If you're not, she does art live on stream sometimes and also plays cute games. Please follow Cranberry. I'm just gonna stare at every inch of this for a second. You painted her nails pink too. Ah! Good choice. Uriel, if you turn off my mic, I'm gonna be mad. Well, he almost did. He didn't, though. If he doesn't turn off my mic right now, that's proof that he actually just doesn't fuck with Fraxy. Okay. He mutes my mic all the time when we're hanging out. Okay. Cranberry, thank you so much. I know I'm eating food right now and I'm trying to like shove this in my mouth as fast as possible. But it's so good. You're like the first, well, second fan art. Second fan art for me. The first one was actually, oh wait, maybe third. I had Dirt. Bazzy's made a couple of things with me. Okay, he'll be here soon. So this is really exciting for me. It's so good. One day I'll be able to make an art reel and everything. $30 for a pair of hiking socks? Jeez. And you'll probably still get blisters. I'm worried because my blood sugar's a little low. So that's also why I'm like, don't put food in my mouth before it gets too close to time. I'm gonna take another couple of bitefuls and I'm gonna get started. I'm very excited because I love this book. I've never read this author before and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to read The Martian now. I don't remember the film. Remy says that we definitely watched it together though. The Martian's really good, yeah. Same vibe as the narrator. I do think, yeah, I think I might pick it up sometime. Right now I'm reading a weird book. I like the book more, but yeah, that's what everybody else says too. Is that at least with this one, the book really the book really is better. Let me finish shoving this in my mouth, and then I will start with our presentation part. Woo! Biru! How are you? Thank you for your blessings. Well, that took forever to get up there. Oh no, that's because Jinx did. Jinx, thank you for your blessings. I'm sorry, you have to hear me eat. When I'm anxious about the blood sugar. Baby, go check the art channel if you haven't yet. Cranberry made something amazing. Amazing. I'm lazy. It's because you want to see it and you won't join the Discord. married to me. And that's punishment enough. Okay. I should be good. Save the rest of this for later. Are you not gonna mute my mic? I was making a joke earlier, but maybe you really don't like Frexy. Huh. Bye. No, surely he's just playing a game. He's just playing a game with you. It's not that he hates you or anything. That would be crazy. Roll! Okay, now I don't feel so bad for taking so long. The gang's all here. We're ready to go. Wow. Wow, my mouth is really spicy. Okay. Today, everybody, is the blessed sacred day. It is August 1st. Which, as you may have noticed, because I've mentioned it, a couple of times over the last 2 months, is the sacred day of our book club. Woo! Book club! Book club! Yay. Now, if you haven't read the book, that's okay, but there will be spoilers ahead. If you've watched the movie, honestly, kind of...
Nice car. Perfect.
Oh shit, I forgot my robe. It'll be okay without the robe. This time. Next time I'm taking a finger off. I'm joking. But yeah. We try to do books that have a film adaptation because at least then, if you're not really a big reader, you can watch the film and still participate in a way. But this one, I really think that the film is quite accurate to the book, at least. There's a little bit of difference, but not a ton. Jesus Christ, that was the right call. My blood sugar's gone down to 89 since the time I told you guys that I was like, I'm worried about my blood sugar. Man, that graph is crazy. Okay. Frexy dear, if you are still listening, can you keep an eye on that for me? I will try to keep an eye on it as well, but we might need to take a little break again. We will see. I think it might go up because I ate a whole bunch of rice. But just in case, let's get my synopsis up. So yes, I always start off with a little bit of a synopsis so that you guys, some of us may have read the book a long time ago or don't remember certain things. So, and some of us maybe didn't read the book at all and maybe didn't watch the film at all. So, synopsis. First off, let's start off with our major characters. There we go. The slides are going so well. Alright. Characters. I always like to give you guys at least the main characters. So our first character is Ryland Grace. Wow, isn't he beautiful? Oh, that might just be because he's played by a beautiful man. Like a recognizably beautiful man, you know. Had to find a picture specifically with the fucky glasses. What the hell is that? Anyway, Rylan Grace is a middle school science teacher who once had a promising science career, but tanked it after suggesting that life could exist without water. He is ostracized from the larger science community because of it, but is a pretty good candidate for working on alternative life forms once Earth is in crisis. He's funny, overly sarcastic, and super nerdy, indulging in fantasies about math and stuff. And then we have Rocky, an Iridian engineer who can basically make anything mechanical and figure out how any machine works. Part of the Iridian crew that went to figure out the reason why Astrophage isn't fucking with Tau Ceti, and the only surviving member after a horrific accident. He's kind, patient, and protective, and also becomes kind of overly sarcastic too once the language barrier gets fixed. And then we have one more character that we need to really concern ourselves with, which is Ava Stratt, the commander-in-chief of Project Hail Mary, who has been given as much power as needed to save the Earth from diving. She's bold, no-nonsense, and assertive, prominent character in flashbacks only. There we go, characters. Synopsis time. Are you guys ready? I tried to break it up into parts, into recognizable parts. So part 1, Grayson, as it turns out, space. A man wakes up in with a slightly aggressive robot taking care of him. He's in and out of consciousness and has pretty terrible amnesia. Over the course of recovery, with the help of his robot nurse/nanny, and a lot of somewhat primitive testing, he realizes that he's a middle school science teacher who was sent to space in a different solar system. He finds his crewmates who have died and their remains are mummified, indicating that he's been unconscious for a very long time. He also remembers that the Earth is in the midst of an extinction event due to a solar energy devouring organism called Astrophage, and that this is a suicide mission. Most importantly, he remembers that his name is Rylan Grace, which is what was needed for him to gain access to the rest of the ship. You're the one who made the playlist. Okay, next. Part 2. First Contact, aka the alien meet-cute for this bromance novel. Look at the little thing I made. Look at them, they're so cute. Rylan is in the solar system of Tau Ceti, the only star that seems to be unaffected by Astrophage despite its existence in the vicinity. He and his crewmates were meant to travel out there, discover the reason it is unaffected, and send the findings back using these pods called beetles. When he accesses the main ship, though, he sees that there is another much larger alien ship. After a few cautious interactions, they are able to meet once the occupant makes a tunnel from Grace's ship to theirs. He meets their only surviving occupant, a small spidery-looking creature that appears to be made out of rock. Thus, he is named Rocky. They learn about one another's species, cultures, and languages. Rocky and Grace agree to work together to save their respective homeworlds. They become friends, and when Rocky finds out that Grace's mission is a suicide mission, he promises to give him enough astrophage to fuel his ship to go back to Earth. And he's very, very cute and sweet. Best friends forever, best friends forever. Part 3. Adrian. They discover that astrophage reproduces in carbon dioxide-rich atmospheres. Tau Ceti is a carbon dioxide-rich planet. They've named Adrian, after Rocky's wife, and hypothesize that there is something on the planet preventing astrophage from reproducing. The plan then is to make a collection of Adrian's atmosphere, to take a collection of Adrian's atmosphere using this fishing technique that proves to be somewhat dangerous. An accident causes damage to the Hail Mary ship, and Grace passes out. Rocky saves Grace, risking exposure to Earth's atmosphere, which is extremely toxic to him. Grace comes to in time to move Rocky's body back into the airlock, which has Iridian atmosphere levels. This is difficult because Rocky is boiling hot and also around 400 pounds. Samesies. Grace works on a device to try to save Rocky, blowing air into one of his vents and making a black cloud come out. Within a day, Rocky wakes up and tells Grace that doing that nearly killed him. The suit substance that came out was something his body made to protect him from the foreign particles in his body, and removing it almost killed him. Grace apologizes a lot, but Rocky says not to worry because he was trying to help, and everything ended up fine. They talk about the sacrifices they made for one another, risking their lives to save one another, and how they are risking their lives to save their species. It is good for the species, I say. A self-sacrifice instinct makes the species as a whole more likely to continue. Not all Iridians are willing to die for others. I chuckle. Not all humans either. You and me are good people, Rocky says. Yeah, I smile. I suppose we are. From chapter 21. Okay. Part 4. Ah, god damn it. Part 4. What to expect when you're expecting a sun-eating organism. Yep. With Rocky back and at mostly full health, the two work together on the collection from Adrian's atmosphere. They find an astrophage devouring organism and name it Talmiba. Cue the next crisis. The ship goes dark and they realize that the Talmiba got into the generators and have eaten all of the astrophage that was fueling the ship. After some catastrophizing, they come up with a plan to use the beetles to get back to Rocky's ship and to replace the astrophage that was mistakenly eaten. At the lowest they felt, Grace starts to deal with flashbacks of the traumatic events leading up to the journey to Tau Ceti. An accident kills 2 of the crew members for Project Hail Mary. Ava Strat asks Ryland to take their place since he's the only one with intimate knowledge of the project and the DNA marker needed to survive long-term coma-induced space travel. He refuses, but Strat has been given unlimited power to save Earth and instead imprisons and drugs Grace, forcing him on the ship. The drugs gave him the amnesia that he's been dealing with for over the course of the novel. Strat believed that Grace would work on the project, and by the time he remembered what happened, he would be so invested in the goal, he continued to work towards it. Grace is furious that this plan worked so well, and goes back to work. They find out that Talmiba can't survive in nitrogen atmospheres, which is a problem since both of the worlds have nitrogen. So they start selective breeding and evolutionarily create a Talmiba that can survive in nitrogen, thanks to the nitrogen on board that was meant to assist in one of the crew members' suicides. They are successful and celebrate the saving of their 2 worlds before saying goodbye. I'm sorry. An astrophage, if you will. Yes, an astrophage. Hold on, drink. Part 5. Xenonite binds the bros together forever. Grace is preparing for his return to Earth. With his repaired and fueled up ship, Rocky helps repair his ship with the strong metal Iridians create called xenonite, mostly made of a solid form of xenon. Since Grace isn't used to the substance, and Rocky is less scientist and more engineer, and Iridians don't have a very advanced technology anyway, it slips his mind to see how well Talmiba reacts with xenonite. Turns out, not great. The Talmiba were bred in breeder tanks made of xenonite, meaning all of it has escaped and is ready to chow down on some astrophage-filled tanks, which is what they're using to, travel with. Grace is able to save his supply, but Rocky has already left for Arid. Grace is faced with the choice then to either go after Rocky, who has surely lost all of his fuel and is stranded in space by now. Grace knows that this means that saving Rocky will likely result in him dying alone in space, since there won't be enough food for him to survive the journey back to Earth as well, but chooses his friend over his own life. He sends the beetles off to Earth with the Talmiba information and sets off to find Rocky. When he finds his friend, there is much rejoicing. Rocky won't let his friend die, though, obviously. They figure out that Grace can survive on a diet of Talmiba itself for a short period of time. They are able to make enough for them to get the Arid, a much shorter distance than Earth. Together with Grace's scientist background and Rocky's engineering background, they work to make accommodations so that Grace can live comfortably on Arid. He lives there for an estimated 16 years, and there's a chance he can get back to Earth now, but he chooses to stay there instead, teaching young Iridians science. The end, and that's the whole book. Also, a little side note that apparently he ages quite much faster on Arid, and he's like an old guy then. And it's like not doing so great on his body, but he still just likes it better there because they love each other. Wow, true love. The throuple we didn't know we needed. Well, the gravity is worse on his joints. Yeah. I was just, Ha. Was it gay love too? I mean, we don't know the answer to that, but I'm sure there's fanfics out there that give a pretty good idea of what that would look like, if that's something that you're interested in. Okay. Are you guys ready for questions? In here, it's always gay. True. Facts. Rocky wouldn't cheat on Adrian. What if she likes to watch? She might be into it. You don't know. You're literally in a poly relationship right now. It's the same romance as Finn and Fire Princess. Yeah, exactly. I think maybe I don't know what's going on actually. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know details enough. Mimics Olive Garden commercial. Callie stream. When you're here, you're gay. God, what the fuck do they say? The familia. What did they do? What crime against Italia? What crime against Italy did they do? When you're here, no, they combined the words hospitality and something in Italy. Garden catchphrases. Let's Google this. It's gonna slogans. Good times, great salad, Olive Garden when you're here. There's more. There's another one. I don't remember what it is though. Somebody's dinked. Okay, Dominic Toretto. Okay. No, I don't know. That sounds vaguely familiar, though. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. It was really stupid, though. Oh, we're gonna have ads. Okay. What's my blood sugar doing? Let's hop onto that real quickly, and then we'll go into the questions. Oh, I went back up to 103. What'd I say? Well, let me get ads going. I know that most of you guys are subscribed and we could just keep on going, but let's... Oh, did it go back down to 95 as soon as I said it? Or did it go up? Ooh, that's the question. I'm gonna run ads so that we can do that right now, and I'm gonna shove the rest of this in my mouth. It just jumped up 8 points. That's crazy. Hospitaliano! That's it! That's it! That's it! That's a fucked up thing that they said. Home Italiano, that was what I was gonna go for. It's a Cali stream. Even when you're straight, you're gay. Straight white man rejoice. They use it during their employee training? That's funny. Yeah, I probably saw it in some like culinary school stuff when we were doing policy classes. I hope not. It would be devastating if I'd done all this to my apartment to finally realize you guys are great. I'll just, you know, I'll let the beard grow out. It'll be fine. Ooh. Aww. Thanks, Ro. Okay, I finished eating. Wheel of torture. I lost the wheel. I found the wheel. Oh, yay. It's an easy one. It's an easy one. Bat time, bat time, bat time, bat time, bat time.
Do you like bread?
I do like bread. I like
They both look at each other and hear that and go, I like bread. I like
I
bread.
like bread. I like bread. Do you like bread? I ate like half a baguette today. Not like good baguette, but it was a baguette nonetheless. Okay. I've eaten. We can get into our question time now. There are 10 questions and then a dumb thing at the end. As always, 10 questions I try to aim for, and then a dumb activity at the end. Let's see what our first question is. It's an easy one. Who do you identify with more, Rocky or Grace? It's a little bit hard. Because you can kind of like say, like, oh, I identify with Grace more because I am a human. I am a human. And that makes it so that I can identify with the, human more. But I actually do identify more with Rocky. Rocky, because I also like to watch people sleep. Rocky, Grace, and Science. Okay. You also like to give into fantasies of math and stuff. You know, one of the things that I said about the book was that I did think that the science was, like, it was up there a little bit, but it was relatable enough. And like, even I knew what was going on. And somebody in the book reviews that I was looking at the other day was like, the science was too difficult, and I'm like, okay, I read that in okay. If you think the science is too much, whew, okay. Is that why I see a dark figure every time I try to sleep? Okay. Strat because I like sending people to their deaths. Okay, that wasn't the question, though. No, that one wasn't me. Rocky because I also like to make little trinkets. Yeah, I think that's where I am with it, too, is that I don't think I'm that funny to begin with. And I think that I'm not that good with the talking thing. She says as she's like, I'm a streamer. Hi, Adonis. Have you watched or read Project Hail Mary? If so, do you identify more with the character of Rocky or Grace? Because I think that, like, yeah, I'm more on a Rocky just because I think I have a more mechanically minded approach to things, and science kind of eludes me a lot. Math eludes me completely. And I'm musical, and his whole entire language is musical. Thank you for your blessings. Rocky, because I also like to communicate with incoherent noises. I like to, I often say things that make no sense. Oh, you couldn't go. Oh, sorry, I should have not. We watched it in my server a couple weeks ago. And it's a good movie. Well, there will be spoilers ahead for mostly the book, but the book and the film are kind of pretty close, so. Let me see. Somebody said one. Am I gonna, like, be picky about it? Fraxy, why do you identify more with Rocky? You didn't say. Jinx, did you have an answer to the question? Specifically between Rocky or Grace? Which one you feel more with? You said Stratton. That's not an option. It's up above. Did I miss it? Okay. There was a lot of things that happened. Oh, Grace. I did miss it. Okay. Grace, because I don't know what's going on. Okay. So, like, early Grace? Early Grace. Where he's like, what's going on here? Why is this robot attacking me? I didn't know my decision would be questioned. It's not questions, I just want to know. I'm curious. This is a questioning. It's not an inquisition. It's just I'm a curious person. I want to know why you think this and why you relate to it. Never mind, you don't have to answer. I'll just go on to the next. I'll go to the next one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, next question. Why? Don't beautify my fucking slide. Ugh, AI things are dumb. Ugh, leave me alone. I don't want you to AI bullshit my stuff. How do I turn that off? Okay, fine. Just personally wise, I think I'm close to Rocky than Grace. And Rocky has the thinky brain, but not much of the education. Okay. See, that I like that answer. That was nice. I just like to know what people thinks. Okay, what was your favorite joke, funny moment from the book, the movie, or both? I even like put this on the slide the other day, and I was trying to think of what I think my favorite thing was. There's a lot of really funny stuff in the film. And there was like good stuff in the book too. But it's been a while since I actually like went through and read the book, so I don't remember a lot of it. There was a lot of like little asides that was in Grace's narrative that made me laugh. There's like one really early on that I really liked, where it was a little bit, because he has like a dark sense of humor that I really like. I can't remember what it was though. But I also really like the the thing that Rocky does at the end where he says something, he makes the "you're my favorite human" joke, and it's a joke because that when they're saying goodbye, that was really cute and funny, and I enjoyed that a lot. I liked it. Well, the no yes no no yes conversation in the book, yeah, that might have been in the movie, how it opened with him screaming at the machine and trying to escape from the bag. Yes. Yeah. The scenes with the robot nanny were pretty good in the movie. Although I like the robot nanny more in the book, because it's just like there. Ooh, I liked his conversation about the food, the food paste stuff that he was eating in the beginning, where he's like, it's the most like it was looked really gross, and he was like not exactly interested in eating it, but then he put it in his mouth and he was like, this is the best thing that has ever happened in my life. Oh, the first capsule, the container is bad. No, it smells bad. Ammonia? Oh. Rocky, you can make screws, right? Yes, why? I dropped one. Hold them better. How? Use hand. It's busy with the wrench. Use second hand. It's holding onto the hull. Use third. I will make new screws. I did really like that part too. That one's funny. I enjoyed Rocky bulldozing his way into Grace's as the new roommate. That is also what I just thought of when I thought of who do I relate to more. Rocky in that moment is so fucking me. It's so me. And it's a problem. It's like a thing I don't necessarily love about myself, but I also really liked, is this room for garbage? I watch you sleep. No closer. How much closer? On chest. Yep. I don't really remember any particular jokes, but the scene from the movie where Grace gets his first container from Rocky, he opens it and sniffs it and immediately sees sleep rooms. Oh no! It is my favorite. Yeah. It's nice to see Ryan Gosling's more comedic side too. Because I always think of him as like, just sexy man guy who is sexy man meat for romance films that I don't really watch that much of, actually. But it's kind of nice to see him be funny. Oh, the how do you want to die convo in the book? Yes, I do remember that a little bit. I do remember Grace being more uncomfortable with it in one of them. I want to die by overdose part was pretty funny. Yeah. I told you guys that we had watched the Dominic Noble YouTube video, Lost in Adaptation. He does that whole series. We watched that one for this one to kind of like remind myself of some things that happened before I started working on this thing. And he says something along the lines like of, if you're watching this to as somebody who watched the movie, and are thinking about reading the book, just one word of warning. It's not that the book isn't funny, but the movie is just funnier. And like sometimes now that we're talking about some of the stuff that happens in the book, I'm like, man, I don't know, the book is pretty fucking funny. But he does say that the book is funny. It's just not as funny. I don't know if it wasn't as funny though. I said that too. I was like, I think it was pretty fucking funny. But maybe I think it's just we also hypothesized that maybe it's just that the book is like a much longer experience than watching a movie. So there's like the jokes are just weighted differently. The book where the one scientist is like, I've been having a sexual congress. Yes. The two scientists telling him that they're doing it. Yep. He's like, I don't really need to know this. And they're like, I think it's important that you know the parameters of the relationships at hand here. It may help you in understanding some of the things that are going on here. And I'm just like, you know what? Honestly, fair. Honestly, open communication like that, good to know. I like the book since it has more science. Also, my first bump and thumbs up are my fave. Oh, the first bump and the thumbs up is pretty funny. Alright, good. These are our easiest questions. They get much harder from here. Let's go. There we go. In the book, Grace and Rocky both spend some time marveling about how similar their two species actually are, despite major differences. They hypothesize that they are actually from the same evolutionary source. What are some of the similarities between Iridians and humans? Me and Glitch agree that The Martian, the book was more serious, and the book was more funny because it was mostly from what the movie was more serious. Wyatt maybe, I don't know his name. Perspective, it cut from Earth being serious, like what I'm just having such a hard time reading today. They communicate he must be suffering, and then cuts in going, I wonder how the Knicks are doing. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna read that one. Well, they're both alive for that, so that one. Well, that's true. Like some of the differences tend to be in their biology, but there's a lot of differences, and I'm just like, they're talking about the ways in which they are the same, and I'm like, not sure what those are. And I'm like thinking about it, I can't think of anything that they said. The way they eat was not that different in a way, because sometimes you just gotta go into a food coma. I suppose. Though the differences in the food is that the culture around their food, where like we eat around people and enjoy, sharing food with one another and eating together, like that's like a big cultural thing that we do. And Iridians kind of eat privately because it's sort of like pooping. I like the talk about how levels of gravity were an interesting indication of their common intelligence. Like they said, a creature from a much lower gravity might seem really stupid to them. Yeah. So there's the gravity thing. But there's similarities, obviously. Like they both have a spoken language, even though the languages are obviously very different, but they have like a auditory type of language. They both keep time and have a way to metric the time because they both have clocks. The need to process information is required for all sentient beings. Yeah, but there's not necessarily an auditory type. You can have a psychic language system. Sometimes you can also have just a language system based on visual cues. There's sign language. You could have just written language. There's ways to do language that's not just auditory languages. The importance of community was sweet. The way Rocky talked about watching the other Erd sleep and his love for his mate was cute. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is that they do have like the mating culture. They seem to be primarily monogamous, whatever the fuck that means, or I don't understand, whatever. But they do have like a lot of cultural similarities despite a lot of their differences. Rocky said it very well in the book. The sound you hear, this is predator stalking, is prey escaping. The basis of two solid objects touching is very important to survival. I feel like I read this wrong. This is the sound you hear. This is predator stalking, is prey escaping. The basis of two solid objects touching is very important to survive. Oh, okay. Alright, interesting. Interesting thoughts, people. Let's move on. On Earth, we have many different species, from animals and plants to single-celled organisms. On Erid, we only ever hear about Iridians. Do you think that there is other life there as well, or are the conditions on Erid so precise only Iridians could exist on the planet? Without, intervention. Because obviously Grace lives on the planet eventually, but it does require some intervention in order to make it so that he can be there. What do you think? Because you gotta remember that it's like very, very hot on the planet, and even when we're on the planet, we don't really hear that much about other life on there. We hear about other rocks, the fact that they can't see any of it, and that Grace is kind of the only one who gets to appreciate the colors and stuff like that. I kind of remember that. But we don't really hear that much about other plants or animals or anything like that. But they obviously know about other organisms because they know about astrophage, which is an organism. They had some kind of because they developed behavior to watch each other sleep, to protect each other. They had some kind of meat source from their food. There we go. See, this is what I thought. There would be interesting conversation about what kind of animals and things you think and what are the clues. Thus the answer. There must be ancestors of modern day Iridians and they must have produced more than one viable evolutionary branch. I have no doubt that there would be others. Exactly. Sure. And obviously I think so too, but what do you think they are? Rock bugs? What do you think the... Do they have a meat source for their food, or are they purely vegetarians? Do we know that for sure? Because I don't remember. This isn't one that I gave a reread for. I rewatched the film though. But I did think it was interesting that we only talked about humans and not like the other things on Earth that we would be saving. And then the Iridians are I assume then the Iridians are the only intelligent life on their planet as well, which is another commonality. A thing about Star Trek I have never liked is how every alien culture was a monoculture. Everything is the same in everyone is the same. I'm wondering more about more cultures on their planet, as Rocky only got to learn about human culture from an American. Yeah, interesting. Yes. Yeah, when he watches Rocky eat. Rocky removes the outer shell to show meat underneath. He did eat meat, I think. It looked like meat. Okay. Also, arid atmosphere is so thick that no light gets to the surface. Monoculture. So plants likely didn't evolve the same. True. I was just thinking that did they actually explain the Iridian diet? They didn't really explain the Iridian diet at all. That's why I was like, this is kind of an interesting curiosity. I thought you guys might have fun with it. Because, like, obviously they know about organisms because they can tell that astrophage is alive. Like, they understand that. So, yeah. So they have to know about, like, other life existing. And also, Rocky is too cool with the fact that he finds another life's form out in space. More interested in what variety of culture they might have. Also, I don't remember anything about religion. I don't remember anything about religion either. We don't get to, like, learn that much about the cultures themselves. Only, like, little tiny things. But I think that's because the larger importance was about the story of what they were doing, and less about, ooh, look at this cool alien species. It was, like, about their relationship and the story of what was happening.
India is a great science communicator, pseudoscience communicator. He's not a great world.
He's saying Andy Weir is also a really good science communicator, pseudoscience communicator, and he's good at making those types of things, but he's not the best at world building, which I do recall reading about him saying that himself in an interview that I looked at while I was preparing for all this. Randy Weir's more science brained and doesn't seem to be big focused on for it. I was literally, yeah, we were just saying the exact same thing. And the thrums were done, not just, okay. They said that the Iridians gather in groups they call thrums, and each Iridian adds to the collective intelligence like neurons. And the thrums were done about many different things, not just science. Yeah. I don't know. I was just interested. I was interested in like other life on Arid, and like I was also interested in the fact that in the conversations we see, On Grace's side too, he doesn't talk about the plants and the trees and the vegetables that we eat and the animals and pets. He doesn't talk about any of that stuff. So, you know, Rocky doesn't know that about dogs and that he kind of resembles one sometimes. Or spiders. He's like a rock dog spider boy. It's a little sad to me. I don't know. I thought it would be interesting to talk about. One thing I wanted to say, also Iridians are extremely agile, so they may have many layered rock system. Like, he's very mobile with 5 arms. Yeah, that is true. Alright, let's go to the next question. Ryland was ultimately... Really? Yeah, okay. Ryland was ultimately forced onto the expedition for Project Hail Mary. Did this reveal change your perception of Grace's character? If you were in Grace's position, what choice do you think you would make? Okay, so we know that he didn't want to go. And he said no. And Strat was like, fuck you, yes, actually. Yes is the actual answer. I was just pretending that you had a choice. For the sake of civility, but civility gone. Get 'em, boys. Did that change my perception of Grace's character? Honestly, I think that it is a really difficult decision to make. I do think that he's really, really short-sighted by realizing that, like, he doesn't have a partner. He doesn't have really much keeping him on Earth. It is still really hard to choose to be like, yep, I'm gonna go die. I'll just die, it's fine. It's still such a hard choice to make. I do think that he was being short-sighted about it, though. Jinx says, I think that that's a decision that most people wouldn't know until they're forced to make it. Yeah. I kind of love that he rejected it. I mean, I think that it's interesting that he rejected it. I think that he needed to be pushed. And so, like, I don't know what I think about Ava Strat for forcing it. But I kind of think he needed that push. Like, maybe he wouldn't... Obviously, the thing is that he remembers that it happens. And there's, like, I don't know, 2 paragraphs of exposition during that where he's just like, well, shucks. She was right. Back to work. And he's like, the fallout of it is very minimal. Maybe after more thought, he would have come around to it, but I would 100% be like, fuck no. Just like him. Fraxi says, doesn't really change anything for me. I understand Grace even though I side with Strat. Yeah. I think that it's scary. I do think it's scary. I don't think that I would be fuck no. But I think that it's a scary thing to decide to do, and a scary thing to decide to do last minute, and all of the other people got to, like, wrap their brains around it a lot longer beforehand, assumedly. It's the scariest thing that anyone has ever done in the history of humanity. I don't blame them. True. How he said it, I knew I wasn't the best choice for this, but I didn't know that I was a coward. Yeah, that's also, like, really rough. Because I think that, I think this is one of the best designed narratives in the whole book, because the way that it plays out is we have this moment between Rocky and Grace, where Rocky's like, oh, we're really good people because we're willing to sacrifice ourselves for each other. And it happens right after Grace tries really, really hard to do the right thing and ultimately fucks it up. Like, he could have killed Rocky with the thing that he did. It happens right after that. So he, like, tries really, really hard to do the right thing, but still fucks it up. And so he gets to, like, have that little blow. And then Rocky sort of, like, puts a patch over it by saying, hey, we're really good people because we're willing to sacrifice ourselves. And we do that for our home worlds as well. And Grace is just like, yeah, we are good people. And then he remembers that he actually didn't choose to sacrifice himself for his world. And like that happens, and like the build up to that is just like a really well formulated narrative that is just like, I don't know if an editor helped with that narrative, but it really works well. The building blocks of it was really nice. The beats are good. Jinx says, but I think it's interesting that when forced to make a choice again to save Rocky and the Iridians, he really chooses to sacrifice himself. Okay, we'll talk about that later. That's also in the questions that are coming up. I understand Grace's decision. It's an important mission and it aligns with what you'd expect from a scientific pursuit, but it's still a very scary thing to go through, knowing that you're going to go into space with the people who are basically strangers and die there. I get the hesitation. Yeah, I guess like for me though, like he does have the knowledge that it's either die comfortably in space or potentially die very awfully on Earth, where it's still the same but you don't have to make such a big change or a big step. That's a difficult decision to make. That's why I don't think it changes my perceptions of him very much. I think that it changes his perceptions about himself, though. I want to talk about that more in a little bit. Let's go to the next question, unless anybody's got more. I'll give you another couple seconds. I'm changing the question. Okay. Innistrad was given effectively unlimited control to pursue the Project Hail Mary mission, becoming essentially a global benevolent dictator. In her single-minded pursuit of Project Hail Mary, she ignores all questions of morality, letting no concern exceed the importance of saving mankind. Do you consider this hardline approach necessary and justifiable, or unconscionable in authoritarianism? So, yeah, basically, the other thing, like, is like, do you agree with Ava's decisions and strategy, especially when it comes to this situation? It goes even further than this decision, but we can talk about it more in the context of forcing, like, fuck autonomy, you're going on this ship, you're going on this mission. Nothing would have happened if it was done any other way. Because there's also, like, the part where they try to slow down the effects of the dimming of the sun by ramping up global warming, basically. And a climate scientist has to be the one who, like, sets things in motion for it, and it, like, breaks the poor man a little bit. Like, it's really hard for him. It's actually a really interesting thing in the book that is not in the film. So if you've only watched the film and you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is a really interesting part of the book that I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, Glitch says nothing would have happened if it was done any other way. I want to know the process that got her elected and what happened to her after. Yeah, that's true. In the film, things seem to be okay, but I think that people may have... That's not in the book. Are you saying that you think that that's what would have happened? I didn't think she got executed. No, he wouldn't have known. He says that the author says that she got executed for her hardline approach. I would not have made the same decisions. I don't think I could have, but I am glad within the proposed setting that she did. Yeah, I could see that. I don't think that I could make these types of decisions either, but I'm also not confident enough to be like, this is what has to happen. She has, like, crazy confidence that I just don't think that I could ever possess. I don't think that I would question every step of the way and think that I would have, like, choice paralysis so often that I would not be the person for this kind of job. She was sentenced to life in a French prison, but was broken out from a behind the scene. That's why she has that neck tattoo in her last scene. How did we find these things out? I didn't look that hard into, like, interviews and stuff like that. Maybe later. Maybe some other time it would be interesting to look into that. But yeah, I kind of agree that if we wouldn't have had somebody to, like, take the reins of things, shit wouldn't have got done. Because that's the way it happens with even, like, working with a couple of countries together to get something done. Nothing ever happens. Look at, like, all of the climate stuff that we've tried to do as a cooperation between different countries. Shit gets nowhere, and nothing gets done. And so if we had, like, one motherfucker to, like, step in and benevolent dictatorship this, maybe something would get done and we could save the world. Who's to say? Someone from the production said it. I can't remember if it was Andy Weir or the director. That's cool. Remy's saying that he saw the same thing and it was Andy Weir. When Rome needed things done, they elected a general to lead for good or ill. Yeah, for a reason. One of the reasons why Remy is so, like, I like the monarchy. Not like current monarchies, but monarchy in general. And he says the concept of monarchy is good. The execution of it is not so well, but when I talked to him about it the one time, he was like, at least when things go wrong with a monarchy, you only have one head to chop off. And I was like, that is the Frenchest thing you've ever said. Shadow, or Luna, sorry, I just saw Shadow. I was just reading it. Thank you for your blessings. We are still doing some Project Hail Mary conversations. Okay, wait. I prefer not to know. I like it left ambiguous in the book. That's fine. I kind of think that some of the background stuff would be interesting with this specific book. We know why they came together and they were able to fix it, but never learned any of the bad it got. Yeah, true. I do find myself curious about it sometimes, though. Okay. Next. On Erid, they have more mechanical advancement, while on Earth, there is more computing advancement. Grace suggests this is because Iridians' brains are so fast that they're able to compute large amounts of data like a computer, so they never needed computers. Do you agree with this assessment, or do you think that the evolutionary desire to be better, faster, and stronger would force Iridians to create advancements to supersede their brains' computing abilities? I told you the questions get more complicated. And this one's one of my curiosities. That yeah, they don't have computers like we have because their brains already think like that. But I just think that there's such a drive to be better and faster and stronger that I don't know why they wouldn't try to advance further to be strong, to supersede what their brain's abilities are. Advancement only happens when there is a need. If there is no need, then no advancement. Maybe. Evolutionarily, maybe. But, like, maybe they don't have the culture for it, too.
Necessity is the mother of all invention.
I didn't understand the first part.
Necessity is the mother of all invention.
Oh, necessity is the mother of all invention, he says. It's possible. Evolution is a lazy bitch. It evolves just enough to get around the problem. Okay. That's true. I guess I just don't know if that means that there would be a... I mean, I don't know. We have computers, we started off with computers that did very little, and now our computers do so much more because we keep on wanting them to do more and more and more and more. I just don't understand why the problems never get complex enough that they need something stronger than what their brains have. I didn't see. Why did glitches not come up? Only happens when there's a need. If there's no need, they don't get used. I agree with glitch. Our answer to harder problems was outsourcing to silent chips and or silicon chips, and Iridian's answer to their harder problems was bigger thrums. True. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. We got the thrums. We do got them thrums. Who's got 2 thrums? Those guys. Sorry. Thrum to fix astrophage problem was the largest ever done. That's true. That's true. It's interesting. Okay, it does lead into another question that we have about computing, though. So let's see what we got here. At the end, Rocky is given access to all of the scientific data available on Earth. It is established that Iridians have the capacity to be significantly faster at processing data than humans. Combining these facts, it seems inevitable that after digesting all of mankind's knowledge, Iridian science and technology would be very quickly eclipse ours. In your estimation, what would be the ramifications of this? Draxi wrote this one. That's why I put that one at the beginning, because I was like, we're gonna just like get our brains working on Iridian technology and the ideas of computers. He does get a computer at the end, and he also is given all of the whatever, because the computer that Ryland had everything, all of Earth's knowledge in it. So, presumably, the technology would very quickly eclipse ours. Presumably, if we had any interest in it. And then we have to think about the fact that they never really looked out to the stars until this. They're very good at storing data and have perfect recall from what I got from the book. There is that. Would there be ramifications of it to begin with either? I mean, other than the fact that they're able to, like, figure out how to get him home, they were also able to figure out how to do space travel in what seems like a smaller amount of time. Kind of depends on the culture and the people, if they would give colonization a try. True. Yeah. Or because they met humans and probably respected him enough that they would be like humans' friend. That's true. They also don't know, like, we don't know about life on other planets. I mean, presumably we have to recognize that that's absolutely possible now. And technically, even astrophage is a life outside of our planet. So we have to recognize that that's like just a reality now, so that this must be true on other planets as well. We don't know of their existence either, so the only place that they would have to try to colonize or to even like make contact with would be Earth. But if they're able to like advance their technology so much further, and then also know how to find other life based on the combined knowledge that they already have and the knowledge that they're able to grasp from Earth and all of that, that maybe they would be able to like look for other life on other planets. I don't know. I like to think that the Iridians will recognize that their jump in science is owed to humanity and they will share their findings in gratitude. Will humans abuse this knowledge then? Historically, maybe. That's fucking true as hell. Most likely. Yeah, I was like, kind of depends on who is the... Because it's unfortunate, the monoculture thing coming into play again, that Earth does not have a monoculture. I mean, like, kind of, they do a little bit, but the monoculture has even evaporated even more now. And so it kind of depends on who's the one who sets out expeditions based on the knowledge that they would be given from the Iridians. But we don't even know if they ever, like, make contact with Earth exactly, do we? I mean, they know that Earth is able to, like, save themselves. Because we find that out at the end of the book where it's like, oh, hey, Earth's good now, you could go back home if you wanted to. And Grace is like, nah, I like it here. We'll figure it out later. I don't want to think about it right now. I got a class to teach. Iridians are not humans in a world of abundance. I'd hope that humans could be not assholes to our only neighbors. You would hope. But we hope that too in other things on just within Earth itself. Humans kind of suck sometimes, you know. But interesting thoughts. Alright, let's go to our next question. The odds of Talmuba making it safely back to Earth would have been at least 20% better if Ryland had launched the Beatles and also carried on going back to Earth himself. Instead, he chose to sacrifice some chance of success in order to potentially save the different sentient species. Do you think that he was ethically right to do so, or do you think he should have followed Strat's example and prioritized humanity over all other concerns, such as the Iridians, whom he chooses to save? But I don't know if he necessarily chooses to save the Iridians more so than Rocky. I do sometimes think that as wonderful as humans can be, humanity is sort of like the scorpion crossing the river on the toad. Yeah, truth. Collectively, he saved more lives with what he was given. Yeah, my thing with this is that I don't love this question, but I do think that it produced a reaction out of me that was something that I think is worthy of exploring. Because I'm just like, that's stupid. Of course he did the right thing. He wasn't even supposed to make it back. The odds weren't changed from the original plan. The odds were always supposed to be the Beatles. He was never supposed to be able to make it back. So he was ethically doing what he was supposed to be doing. And it was more important that he went and he saved Rocky and the Iridians. It's absolutely perfect that the Hell Diver song is playing for this one. But there's a shitty math equation that only an idiot would take. Wait, oh, sorry, I didn't see the first one. Like, he could have killed billions of Iridians and maybe saved a few million more humans. But I mean, like, they got the stuff that they were supposed to get. It's all good. They got there. The Beatles had a better chance of making it anyway. Surely, I don't know. The food supply thing seems to be that it was on a pretty... Whoa, that made a loud noise. I ran out of water, so I'm opening my Coke. But yeah, I don't... To be perfectly honest, we all agree that Strat's motivations and her approach is something that is just like inhuman but was needed. And I think that Grace is so much more of humanity, where he's so flawed and imperfect. And I think my personal, and I don't know if we actually get into this or if this is the one question that was on here. Hold on, let me check real quick. Because I know we got ads coming in a second. We might snooze those. My shit is not loading. Yeah, we do go to it. Okay, it's the next question. So, yeah, I think we'll let the ads go, and you guys can talk a little bit more on this one. Also, because I have to pee. I think her methods are not inhuman at all. I think both of their approaches are very human. I don't know. To me, it comes across as quite cold and tries to take away some of the humanity of it to begin with. So that, because I think that it's human to question, and she struggles with it internally. So, but I think that she's trying to take all of her. I think that her approach to it is to be very cold and calculated. And that's not necessarily the human side of her, that she's ignoring that part of herself, which is something that she sort of struggles with. I think his decision was good. Giving Earth 4 chances instead of 5 was a risk, but I feel like it shouldn't have been about saving humans so much as about saving life. So a slightly better chance to save one doesn't outweigh the chance to save both, in my opinion. I agree. It's like that guy who got his arm caught under the boulder and cut it off. She did the same thing. Instead of an arm, it's the people. Needs of many outweigh the needs of a few. True. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to suggest that she herself is an inhuman. I just think that she sort of like stripped herself of a lot of feeling for things and was like solely focused, tunnel vision on goal. And it's something that I think is inhuman in a wow, that is very impressive sort of thing. Where I think that it is so easy to be distracted by the opinions of other people and things that might complicate the vision that she completely ignores and is just like, bam, this is what needs to happen and we're gonna do that. And so like it's not necessarily me saying that she's like a bad person or anything like that, but yeah. Anyway, that's where I was going with that. I have to pee, and I don't have time to talk about the next question. You guys talk more on this. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna let you even like stare at the question more. Be right back. Be right back.
hell and the rest of us home.
I'm back. Would love her point of view, actually. Yeah, they should do that thing that they did with the, was it 50 Shades of Grey? Where they did it from a different, the guy's point of view or whatever. Do that again! Do that, but with Strat's point of view. Maybe have somebody else write it. Alright, okay. Did ads go? Did ads go? I don't think it was that long. It says no to run ads. I can't run the. Are the ads gonna pop like right now? I don't know. Maybe they did go. I don't know. I just don't want to go to the next question and the ads go off. We're gonna go to the next question. I want to get this part over with. Okay, you ready? Rylan was too scared to go on the mission despite knowing it would almost certainly doom humanity and had to be forced to do it. Yet, after his lived experiences aboard the Hail Mary, he accepts his demise to save Rocky, not yet knowing that he would go on to survive the attempt. In your opinion, what is the reason for this change in behavior? Why did Grace decide after everything, and he was too much of a coward to, I say that in air quotes, you can see the air quotes, he was too much of a coward, in a quote-unquote coward, to go on this mission to begin with, but then at the end he does choose to do something that would sacrifice himself to save his friend Rocky. Why does he have a change in that behavior? What made him choose to sacrifice himself this time?
So we have sacrificed for a friend, a person we know thing like humanity in general.
Okay, yeah, okay. Rami says that it is easier to make a sacrifice for somebody who is a friend than for the collective concept of humanity as a whole. And that possibly, because I said that I think he was a little short-sighted for not choosing to go for it, because he didn't really have anything connecting him to Earth. He didn't have, like, a spouse or, you know, like, he, even in, I think in the film, I don't know if it was in the book, the Strat was like, you don't even have a dog. So, yeah, it seems like there was nothing tying him back to Earth. Why wouldn't you choose to do this, you know? But I think that maybe if he did have a spouse or something, it would be easy for him to, like, pin the concept of saving this person or his future child or, you know, something like that. If he had a kid or something, he'd be like, oh, I'd be saving this specific kid of mine. Maybe that would change the behavior. The same reason he joined the research team when they told him they didn't need him anymore. He joined because of his kids, his students. He has compassion for those he loves. Yeah, there is that. I personally think, and it's just built up because of the build up of the narrative, is that he had seen himself as in this way of being somebody who is a good person who chooses to sacrifice themselves for many. And he sees that in Rocky as well, that Rocky chose to go on this really dangerous mission in order to save his people, in order to save Adrian, you know, all of that. And he sees Rocky as being a very, very good person. And he saw that little bit of that in himself as well. And then he learned that that is not true, that he's actually, in his own words, a coward. And that I'm not saying that it shamed him, but it kind of did. But I don't think that it's the shame that is the motivator. But I think that he just preferred that view of himself as being the type of person who would do something like that. So when the opportunity came up again for him to choose whether or not he wanted to make that sacrifice, it was a no-brainer to him because he liked that version of himself so much that he now saw a way in which he could maybe redeem that and be like, no, that is who I am. I like that version of myself, and it doesn't matter in what happened in the past. I'm going to be that person now. Compassion for humanity is abstract. Compassion for an individual is real. Frexy says, clearly he just liked Rocky better than any living human. No, kidding. Well, fair. I think it's because of action inertia. On Earth, he was sitting still, metaphorically, and it was impossible to get him to act. In space, he was already in the thick of it, and it wasn't that hard to keep going. That's also fair, too. That he, was already in it. Which is also why he kept on going. Which is also why the fallout of him realizing that he didn't choose to be there was so minimal. Literally, we were looking it up because we're trying to be like, what happened? What was the fallout of that when I was doing the synopsis and everything? And Praxi goes ahead and like skims through while I'm working on some other part of it, and he's like, it's two paragraphs. He did 2 paragraphs of feeling kind of bad about himself and then being like, well, and carries on. And I was like, he's exaggerating. And then I went ahead and looked for it too, and I was like, oh my god, it literally is like 2 paragraphs. 2 paragraphs of feeling shitty about himself, and then he's like, well, let's keep going. Also just being like, what a bitch, she's right, I do just want to keep on working on this now, though. I am invested. What a bitch. He doesn't say that, but that's kind of the vibe. Alright, let's keep going, because I want to finish. I'm running really hot, guys. Alright, are you guys ready for the dumb part? Who's ready for dumb? I'm proud of this dumb. Are you ready? Identify the Rocky and the Grace in these iconic bromance pairings. Are you ready for dumb? Alright, here we go. Our first bromance pairing. Bert and Ernie. Which one is Rocky and which one is Grace? I even got them all ready over here. Look, they're ready right here. We got Bert, we got Ernie. I have an opinion. Grace is Bert. 100%. I forgot which one is which. I don't know. Rocky is yellow. Okay, yeah. Ernie, Bert. I think we're all like real on the same thing that, yep. Here we go. We'll make the adjustments that are needed. Hold on. Can I rotate? Wait. Split horizontally. There we go. Because this is important to me. And only me. There we go. I also think we should flip this one too. There we go. Look at them. I'm the only one who cares about this. Alright. Well, good one. That was a good warm-up. Our next pairing. Chandler and Joey from Friends. Joey, Chandler. Which one is Grace? Which one is Rocky? This one also feels kind of easy. Rocky is Joey, 100%. Rocky is Joey, is the most Joey that's ever Joey'd. And then we'll also flip him today. Oh, that face is so close to being spot on. Hold on, hold on. We'll leave it. We'll just rotate it a little bit. There we go. That's so dumb. Rocky is Joey and Grace is Chandler. Yes. Okay, wait. Movie Rocky is Joey. True. That's true. There is a little bit of a difference. There is a tiny bit of a difference, but not like by much, I think. Okay. We got another one. Okay, maybe not bromance, but it did come up on a lot of the lists that I looked up. Doc Brown and Marty McFly. This one's actually a little bit hard. I'm actually gonna say a weird one. Like, I realize that the technology doesn't match, but I kind of think it's great. I kind of think though. I kind of think that that Rocky is Doc. I thought Rocky was always intended as a clear Doc Brown insert, yeah, but it's like he's more like invention-y than science-y.
Invented the time travel?
Yeah, I know, but it's a machine.
Yes.
He's an engineer. He's more of an engineer than he is a scientist. and then he's just like, what the fuck am I doing here, you know? I could be wrong though, but yeah, that's because I think that the inclination is to be like Grace is Doc because science, but I do think that Rocky is Doc because engineer. Remy's on my side on this one. And Biru says, that works, so I think that Biru doesn't care. Biru's like, it's 11. I'll accept that? Okay, alright. Alright, I maybe did too many of these, so let's keep going. Spock and Kirk. I don't believe I need to do this, but Spock and Kirk. Oh, this one's hard, actually. I don't know. I'm the one who made this, and I didn't even think that far on this one. This is the easiest ever. I haven't watched a lot, but I know the characters. Rocky is Kirk, and Grace is Spock. Rocky is Kirk. Okay, alright, yes. These are also my feelings.
Rocky is the Grace Kelly. Doctor. He's the doctor.
He's the doctor? I don't know enough. I don't remember enough, to be fair. But in the bromance, we need the bromance. They're okay. Rocky is Kirk and Grace is Spock. Rocky is Kirk. Okay, Grace is Kirk, but Rocky is Bones. This is exactly what Remy said. Yes. I don't have a picture of him. We could add a picture real quick. We got 2 on this one. And then maybe some other people here who didn't watch as much Star Trek. I haven't watched it in a very long time. Does that help? Star Trek. I don't have a strat ready to go. It would take a minute. Okay. Right? Did I get it wrong? Wait, I did the wrong way. Wait. Okay, glitch cooked here. Okay, wait. Grace is Kirk. Yes? Yes, I was right. Okay. And actually, yeah, this feels right. Hold on. Project Memory Strat. Give me a second. I'm gonna make this happen. This is important to me. That these are done right. Spock would be the only one who would do her job. True! This is why I like, no, this works. The only reason I was hesitant saying Kirk and Grace is because Kirk would have cannonball dove into a mission where Grace did not. That's true. He would have cheated to get in. I'm gonna see if this works or if it breaks everything. So far, so good. Oh. Okay. Clipboard. Hold on. I'm just getting strapped. Okay. Something very real quick. And then okay. And then file, export. If this doesn't work, then we're just gonna give up. Okay. This is beautiful. This is the best art I've made in a long time. We'll even flip her. I pressed the wrong thing. My bad. My mouse is not doing well. No. Stay on horizontal. Thank you. There we go. Art. Do you love it? Do you love it? Was this worth the little tiny moments of quiet while I did this? You know who would have done Strat's job and Grace's job? Captain Benjamin motherfucking Sisko. Okay, alright. Alright, before we get too well into this, we have more bromance pairs. Frodo and Sam. I do need to watch Deep Space Nine, I know. I've tried, if it helps. I've only watched like 3 episodes. Roxy, make her watch it. Sam and Frodo. The original pairing was Sam and, or not Sam, Frodo and Gandalf. But then when I looked at things, I was like, actually, I think the bromance is more between them. First season takes a few episodes to get into. Okay. But Sam and Frodo. Rocky Sam. I was Rocky Frodo for a little bit, but I don't remember too much. Rocky Sam. Remy is also. I take your opinions more, cause I've watched the film, sort of series, the film series, like twice. Rocky Sam. Okay, all right. I trust you guys.
Sam is the actual owner. She does anything.
Sam is the one who actually does anything. So yeah, okay, I'll go along with that. We'll make a big feast. Wow, look at them. They're beautiful. I think they're gonna kiss. You're gonna say Grace Sam? Wait. I don't know. I'm gonna say you're gonna say Grace Sam. I was Grace Sam too. Wow. We were outvoted, but I'm glad somebody else was on my side with that one. Just because I'm feeling that I can't carry it for you, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you as a very Grace to me. Yes! Oh, I just didn't know how to put it together. I just feel like Grace ends up being such a good, like I know that he's the protag in the story, but he ends up really being like the one who's like, oh, I'm gonna be the one who like carries this, but I'm not really the one who's doing it, if that makes any sense at all. I mean, he does do the things, but he's such a good support person, and he ends up being like, I'm gonna be the one who supports Rocky through a lot of the things, but they work together so well. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking to who's to say? Who's to say? Who's going? Well, I got more. Marshall and Theodore. I'm probably the only one who's watched this enough times in the current people here. Yep. I haven't seen it in over a decade. I haven't watched this series enough to say anything. No, see the reason. Okay, all right. Ted Grace, because Ted also teacher. Ted Grace, not just because of the teacher thing, but also because he's a bit more of an analytical, gets lost into fantasies of dumb stuff, and this guy smart but kind of a goofball. No, but he's smart in his own thing. He's a lawyer. He's more mechanical intelligence with what he knows about. I watched so much of it, but also I didn't really like it. I mean, I liked it in a way. I didn't like any of the characters that much, but I think that's what happens with sitcom characters, is that they're caricatures of real people, and so they end up being actually not very good people at all. But this is where I'm at. I think we got a Rocky is our good buddy over here. And then we got a teacher. I don't know. That's where I'm going with. Only thing I know about this series is Barney Stinson, which is not a great thing to know about. Or, well, to base much on. I don't know. He is fine. Better one. Okay, you all know this one at least, right? Right? We got Woody and Buzz. The bromance of bromances. Oh no. Oh no, Biru. Sort of.
He's the only one who actually becomes.
They fuck that up though. It's something that I dislike about the ending. Everybody complains about the ending being like, oh, he was just trying to get with Robin in the end. It's like, no, the thing you should be mad about is that Barney Stinson doesn't continue being a good person. I've only seen the first Toy Story and I don't feel qualified. I think the first Toy Story is the only one that really matters. Well, Grace and Rocky are both spacemen.
I think Toy Story's best.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what I can find real quick because this might be funny. Hmm. Why did none of these things come up? It's one of the ones that they're both together. Okay, hold on. This might work. Ooh. There's a way to do this, and I don't remember what they have it be. I don't remember. You knew what I was going for, too. Eh? Everyone is Buzz. Here we go. What? Why won't you let me crop this stupid thing? What the fuck? Let me just crop the image. Yay! I'm gonna kill this thing for not letting me crop it. There we go. There we go. Good job. Yay. Oh. There we go. It wouldn't let me do it. Okay, there's more. I think. Okay, last one. DJ and Turk. There's a whole entire song about them being the bros. This is the most bromancy thing that's happened in media in the last like century. The best bromance of all time. Exactly. So we had to add it. We had to add them in. I propose Rocky as Turk because I think that surgery is a more mechanical medicine. They still doing the bromance stuff in the cell phone commercials to this day. There's cell phone commercials. Oh god. I don't want to generate. I just want to form. Okay, hold on. It's fine. I'm not gonna lose my shit. It's up here now. Okay. T-Mobile ads. I concur with the Rocky as Turk. Yes. Mechanical medicine, surgery. Let's make him a little bigger. He needs to be a little bigger. And then we'll also rotate him over here. Oh, okay. Never mind. Beautiful. I think it's okay. We agree. All right, there we go. These are our bromance couples that we have redone for Rocky and Grace. Here's the first one. They're beautiful together. It really changes the dynamic, I think, if we were to cast them into this. Still puppets, though. Oh. I think I would like Friends better if this was the actual pairing that we had to deal with. Maybe you guys would have watched this movie if this was what was actually the casting decisions. Okay, this is just, it required some changes along the way, but we got there in the end. Maybe I'll actually read this book. Again, I think art, that one was art, yeah, okay. Also, both spacemen, I agree. This was good. And this one was just a little obvious, though. I might watch Friends as anyone, literally anyone in the series was a decent human being. See, that's my thing. That's what I said. I think that a lot of times when you have a long-going, like, cast of characters, like How I Met Your Mother and Friends, the characters become caricatures of real people, and then they become not real people, and in order to make drama and shit happen that is worth telling stories about, they end up doing bad things and becoming bad people. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fun or interesting to watch. And so that's just what happens. It's just it's what happens in all of the books, or like in anything, in any type of media. You want me to start on how I... No, yeah, but that's the thing, is that if you stop yourself from expecting them to be real people, and just to, like, understand that they're caricatures who are put into silly, zany situations based on things that no real person would actually do, or decisions that no real person would actually make, it makes more sense. It makes the whole thing make more sense. Okay, but that's the end. That's the end of Project Hail Mary. Did you guys have fun? Because we're going to talk about the next book that we're going to read. Okay, our next book is Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. This is a Glitch Clown is what almost just came out of my mouth. Glitch Clown, our buddy, our editor, friend, and need, and best friend of 30-odd years, gave us this one because a book, the I read the book like years ago, but a movie just came out based on this book. I have no idea anything about it. When does it come out? Is it out for you guys yet? Because I believe Rexy says it's not out for us yet. I don't know, I got like mixed reviews on that one. When does it come out? October 9th is the release date. So we'll do this sometime after October 9th. I was thinking we'd hold off and do it more for around Halloween time, because it is a straight up horror. However, this is a book that I really enjoyed. I like Josh Millerman. There's never been a book that I've read from him that I was like, this sucks a lot. But it is the guy who did Bird Box, which is another one that we could do because there is a Netflix film adaptation of it that I didn't hate. I remember not hating it, and I read the book recently and I kind of liked it, so maybe we'll do that one sometime too. But this one's coming out on October 9th. The name for the film is fucking stupid as hell, and I hate it, but we will not be judging the book based on the stupid film title. We might judge the film though, but it's Other Mommy. Ugh. That comes out on October 9th though, so we'll have plenty of time, and I'd give us a little bit of a buffer time too, because of I'm going to Germany for 3 weeks. Okay, Coraline. It's not Coraline though, but there is some there. Even when I was reading it, I was like, Coraline vibes, but it is much different. And there's like, I read this book in a night. I tried to put it down and go to bed, and I couldn't because I was very intrigued by it. I really love books that are adult in nature, but are told a lot from the point of view of a child. And this is one of the ones. And also, just Josh Millerman is a really good writer. I think this is the first book that I ever read from him. And they're all sold out. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I really like this book though. So I would suggest reading it. And that's why we're gonna do this one, because I think it will be interesting. So we'll probably reach for... Let me go look at the calendar. So it's August right now, so we have September. Well, we have all of August and September. And then we'll do October. October 9th it comes out. What do you guys think of October 24th? So that gives us like 2 months and 3 weeks. I'd say we do it on the 31st, but aren't you guys going to be busy on Halloween? It would be the week before Halloween. I assume that, because like if Halloween's not that big of a deal out here, but like kids are around and stuff like that. I know Halloween is a much bigger deal in America. We could do it on Halloween though if you wanted to, but you guys might be doing like parties and stuff. I don't know your lives. But it would be kind of fun, spooky time that we could have Halloween time together. We could do book club on Halloween. But that would give us like 3 months to read this book. Ooh, and then I gotta see if I can find a Christmas horror that has a... We could do... Guys, okay. My yearly Halloween party with my tabletop group, no. Okay, we'll do it the week before. I usually go to parties. That's what I figured. I don't know if I'll be busy then or not. Okay, let's do it the week before then. We'll have a little Halloween party, a little stream family Halloween party on the 24th. We'll watch the film on the 17th, which is a whole week after it comes out. Yes, this works, I think. All right, that works. But we'll Halloween party a week before Halloween. And then I'll be alone by myself on Halloween, except for some children who may come by looking for candy, and sometimes we have it for them. Who's to say? Who's to know? I don't know. Sometimes I give them candy. Sometimes. I found the PDF. Yeah, I'm sure it's out there. It's an older book. I read it, I want to say 2022? No, that's when I started the reading journey. Maybe 2023 was in there. Maybe 2024. 2023 or 2024. I'm already planning my costume. I would have been planning it like a month ago. So I feel you. I'm early. But that means that we could, okay, we can do this one for Halloween times, and then we'll read another one for around Christmas time, and we'll do Nosferatu from Joe Hill. Yep, that's the name of the man. What do you think of that? Nosferatu, Joe Hill. I talked about it last Christmas time during the Christmas horror thing. We could read that one, and that one doesn't have a film adaptation, but it does have a small series adaptation, and so we could like watch 2 episodes. I think it's like 4 episodes. It's like 4 or 3 episode things. I don't remember. I'll look more into it for that. But we could like slowly watch the series, over the month or something like that. What do you think? No, someone put the PDF in the Discord. Oh no. Oh, I thought Nightbot was about to hit us with the Discord thing, but you guys are all on the Discord, but I thought it would have been funny. That would have. What do you think? What is any? I know some people were saying that they wanted to read Nosferatu. When we talked, I gave you guys like a synopsis of it. You want to read that book? But I think that's a good one. We could do that for around Christmas time, since we'll finish this one up in the middle of October. Then we'll have all of the rest of October and November and most of December. And we'll do that sometime around Christmas time. Not on Christmas or anything like that. Because I will have a guest here around Christmas time. And I still gotta find a fucking piano. My mother-in-law is on the case though. But now I have a guest here on Christmas, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if we'll do something on Christmas or if he's gonna hang out by himself, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Look at that, guys. We did pretty good. What time is it? I've been doing 2.5 hours. That's not bad for a book club one. Did you have fun? I had fun. I like this book. I'm gonna read The Martian. I think I'm gonna watch the film again. I think we should put it on our watch list, Frexy. We should put it on our watch list for us to watch it. Because I'd like to watch The Martian. Because I don't remember it at all. And then I'd like to read it sometime, I think. If you read The Martian, you can talk to Jinx about that one. He loves that book too. Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I was like, I need to make sure that Jinx can come to this one. Because I know that he really, really likes Project Hail Mary. Didn't make it all the way through, but still. Was here for the good parts, for a lot of it. Alright, let's let this ad go. I'm gonna bump the ad. You know, I think that everybody who's here is subscribed. Yes, I said subscribed. And I'm going over here. Look at that. Oh, it's kind of cooling off, but not really. I'm still monstrously hot. I'm so hot. I'm sweaty. Everything is awful. I'm kind of really glad that I didn't do singing today because it was ridiculously hot. What did I do today? I whined a lot. I haven't been feeling very good today. Oh, do you guys want to hate on my doctor some with me? Can we hate on my doctor a little bit? What do you guys think? It's not like picking up that I'm looking directly at the camera very well today. Yes, let's hate on my doctor. Okay. We started that new painkiller thing. She only had me on the painkillers that I was on for 28 days and figured that in 28 days it would, you know, be fixed or something. You know, my chronic condition that I've had for over a decade. And then, well, I guess that got fixed. That or I don't know if we just had another prescription for it or something. I don't know. I didn't really follow. But she also didn't put onto my like 3-month prescription for me to have my regular painkillers. So I can't even go back to the old routine with them. Look, you can't say I'm so hot this many times and expect me to shut up forever. Don't worry, Ro, it's okay. Ro, did you see in the art channel what Cranberry did with the absurd doctor behavior? I know. I don't know. Right? I guess Remy's gonna call her on Monday and be like, the fuck? But yeah, I think it's just like, I don't feel like she understood what I was trying to say, maybe? But it's just like, we kept on like talking about, while we were there, she was giving some ideas of like, oh, we can do this, we can do this. And I'm just like, all of these options that you're giving me are short-term like things. But what do we do after the 5, 10, 15 days are over and I'm still in a monstrous amount of pain that I can't handle? What are we gonna do then? We need something that I can do for a long period of time. And 28 days apparently was as long as she was willing to go. I love how you keep telling people, this is so beautiful! Everybody needs to see it! Bobby was right, everybody needs to see this. What is going on with my camera? You liked it? Remy liked it. That's unusual for him to show that he enjoyed things. Oh wow, yours is really loose. Alright, good. It's late for me. I don't know. Should I tell you news? I don't know. I didn't really talk too much about things. Remy has a possibility of going back to work for the old hotel. We're not exactly happy about this, but there's a possibility for it. And it would mean he would be doing night shift, which might make my streaming schedule steer towards night more, but like not super late, because I still would like to not be singing in past 10 p.m. But I think that maybe if I were doing like if I started at like 6 p.m. for me, that might be better, so that I'm also not disturbing too much of where Remy would be needing to sleep. Know what I mean? I don't know. Just an idea. If he does end up having to do overnights for a while, that might be what we do. So I might veer a little bit more later into the evening is what I'm trying to tell you. But we'll see what happens. He's going to go meet with them on tomorrow. On tomorrow. On the morrow, but not in the morning. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Kind of sucks, but there's not really any other opportunities, so might be a necessary evil for a couple of months. Congratulations on providing my daily dose of gay panic for the day. I know, me too, honestly. I was like, wow, I'm hot. Better than nothing. Exactly. Exactly. It's like one of those things where I'm just like, not, I don't know. It's not like a happy, but it's a like, maybe it can help. Because I think that one of the reasons why he's being turned down a lot for different jobs is they see that he has been out of work for so long. So even being able to do this would be, you know, it could be something that makes it so that when you have a gap in your resume, it can fuck you so hard. Even, Fraxy said at one time when we were talking about even putting in that you were moderating a World of Warcraft guild was maybe would be better than having a gap on the resume.
Hi, I make racially charged porn using the. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my fucking resume.
You
That's gonna be
could.
great.
You could. We could. I could find a way to word that. You won't put in.
And when they want to see the scrapbook.
You won't put in that you've been helping a disabled family member. It's something that people put in their resumes to explain a gap all the time. And then they say what?
No, because then it's not gonna come to work because we need to take care of it.
No. You say she's better now. I've found other arrangements for her. I have other arrangements. It's Uriel. If I fall down, Uriel just will lick my wounds, which is actually fucking true as hell. I keep on saying that I'm almost always on a video call with Fraxy when I'm not streaming. So if I were to fall down and I couldn't get myself back up, because I get myself back up now all the time too, he would be able to call Remy and be like, hey, she fell. And then you would be able to call your mom, and then your mom could come and or call an ambulance for me or something like that and open the door. But that's not gonna happen because I can get myself back up now. Which is also, things have changed. That's the other thing I said. You could just say, oh, her situation has changed. Which is true. I can get up by myself now. Wow. I'm so strong and capable. Hi, baby. Hi, Yuri. Oh my god, this dog. Damn right. Yeah, I'm so strong and capable. I'm gonna go on several trains by myself, and I'm probably gonna get sick. Let's be real, people. I'm probably gonna get super sick. I'm gonna find out the pharmaceutical powers of German engineering real quick. I'm gonna wear a mask the whole time, but you know, I got hand sanitizer too, and I'm gonna use liberal amounts of it and see how that works. Honestly, maybe I should go on Amazon right now and get some echinacea and start a regimen of it now, cause I got like 3 weeks. That's gonna be a speed run. I got less than 3 weeks. I'll be like 2 weeks if I do. Keep a box of latex gloves in your bag. I also have latex. I do have gloves. I have them from when I was dyeing my hair more often. You guys have seen some pictures of me, but I have like dark brown hair in real life. I used to get an ombre bleach, so my ends were bright blonde, and then it would go like straight into a darker hair color, and then I would dye that red. Cause I've dyed my hair various shades of red over my lifetime, and orange. That's my favorite hair color on me. I missed it, but it is healthier for my hair. Just
Pills
my
here.
natural color. Ooh, hey guys, med check. It is really. Is it? I thought I took it at 6:30. Did I take it at 5:35? I thought I took it at 6. I believe you, but I thought I took it at 6. Oh, my dogs. I had dark brown hair, and I used to do blonde streaks in it. Oh, they're cute. Partially. Oh yeah, I didn't take that one. So wait, what am I supposed to take? It's just family here. Please just tell me what I'm supposed to take. I'm lost. I can't remember. Discord's not opening. Maybe you told me. Discord is opening now. Oh, did that happen? Oh, yeah. I told you I took it at 6:30. I took it early because I was in a lot of pain. You were just waking up, so maybe you didn't hear me. I need a haircut. I kind of do too, but they're expensive out here. My ends are getting all fucky again. You told me that I should take it a half hour before stream started, and then I was like, oh, right, I'm gonna take it early. How does this book club work? Hi! Messier. Huh. Hi, Messier. How are you doing? We actually are just finishing up, too. So, good timing. But we pick a book, and then I give you guys several months to actually read it, because it takes a while sometimes for us to all be able to get a hold of the book. And then, we discuss it on a provided day. This time was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This next time, we're actually doing, Incidents Around the House. I know the name of it, I closed it already. Yeah, it's Incidents Around the House by Josh Millerman, and we're gonna do that closer to Halloween time. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We had a good time. And we also specifically pick films that have, or books that have film adaptations, so that if people don't like to read or don't have time to read, they can also get away with just watching the film. And we watched the film in the Discord server the week before the book club. Hey! Oh, I got the song learned at a base level. Just working and refining technique and recording set. Yeah! Ro and I are gonna make a song very gay, and I'm real excited for it. How much do you guys pay for haircuts? The last haircut I got was from a gift card that my mother-in-law got for me, and it was just a haircut, wash, and hair. There was like a hair treatment thing that they did too, which was so nice, and it included a scalp massage, but it was like wash and cut and little treatment thing with a scalp massage, and that cost 70 euros. I think that the haircut itself is like 40-50 euros. And it's not like it's like a super expensive place either. But we don't really have many budget haircut places. At least I haven't seen any. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of budget places. But like, even just like, maybe the haircut would be like 45-50 euros. That's the cheapest one. But the hair treatment I think is like is what made it more expensive. I think like the hair treatment was probably like 35 euros or something like that. Yeah, women's haircuts are bonkers, having paid for both. I know, right? I don't even have that much hair. I mean, I have a pretty... I have hair. My hair is kind of long, too. I have thin textured hair in that the strands of my hair are quite thin, but I have a lot of hair. So... when I have my hair up and something, it is deceivingly like, oh, you don't have a lot of hair. And then we take my hair down out of the ponytail or bun or whatever I have it up in, and they're like, oh shit, you have a ton of hair. That's what happens to every time I go to a coiffeur. Oh my god, I'm French. My last haircut was like 120 plus the treatments. Yeah, when I get my hair dyed and stuff, it's like 150. That's why I don't get it done that much. I paid 20 bucks for an electric razor and just cut my hair myself. Okay, alright, okay, fine. Whatever. I paid it because that's the best haircut I had, because so many places don't know how to cut short or curly hair. That's the other thing, is I really struggle with finding places that can cut curly hair, and I have naturally curly hair too. I have long curly hair, but yeah, they don't know what they're doing a lot of the times. This last haircut I got was actually kind of nice. It's also really difficult in France, I've noticed, that they like to do like a lot of blunt cut hair cuts, and that really doesn't work for curly hair. It ends up looking wonky because my hair dries in different lengths every time it dries. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like my hair is like a blind box. it does different things depending on the humidity, how much conditioner I used. I'm curious to find out what happens in Germany. Only because I know that the humidity levels are different, but also we have really hard water here, and it does different things to my hair texture, and I know it won't be there that long, but I do think like washing my hair in softer, what I assume is going to be softer water might be interesting. We'll see what happens. It wasn't really by my own choice going bald, but the best thing in my opinion, well, I hate the puffy triangle shape you get from blunt cuts. Yes! It always looks so bad. And then, like, I always feel like I gotta straighten my hair, and I don't really like to do that. And then, even now, like, I'm sweaty, so my hair isn't gonna stay straight no matter what I do. Okay. I said I was gonna finish up here. Let's find somebody to raid. Who's still on? You think Meat's still going? Meat was working on something. Bip's still going. Garion just went live. Also an option. Let me see. I am looking. Who is online? Meat is still meeting. Kind of want to go to Meat because I was in her chat earlier, and I want to see what happened with what they were doing. You guys mind saying hi to Meat? We haven't said hi to her in a while either. And then we can also make her feel real obligated to work on a duet for me. I'm getting duets together with people. If you want to do a duet with me, let me know. It's for my stream anniversary though, which is at the end of August and beginning of the month that comes after August. Let's go say hi to Meaty. Okay. So you got like a month if you want to do one with me. Well, let me know. Raid the Meat Saint. Get yourself a raid message. Did I spell meat and saint correctly? Hooray, I did. Good job, me. I thank you guys for hanging out for book club. Can't wait until our next book club, which again will be in October. And yeah. Next week I'm hoping to get out of schedule this. I know this week I didn't really do one. I was not feeling well. It's just really hot. And I'm hot. And I'm sick feeling all the time. But I'm hoping to get out of schedule tomorrow. I'll probably be a little bit playing it by ear until I find out what's going on with Remy. But it should be Monday. Should be seeing y'all on Monday. Thanks for hanging out. I love you all. Remember to be gay, radicalize the children, and be kind to yourselves and one another. And have a really good Sunday. And I'll see y'all on Monday. Bye, everybody.